Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and our next video here in our house building series. This was going to be a fun one. This is one that another project that you can kind of do it yourself. Behind me here is my accent wall that I'm going to be putting up. Kind of got started a little bit before. I put a little strip on the bottom here just to mark my bottom because I'll have a little like entertainment center there. But yeah, what's going to be all the way to the top there. It's going to be a herringbone accent wall, and I've done a ton of these in the past, and they're always fun to do, and I'm getting pretty fast at doing them. So I'll kind of show how this wall is done. So if someone else out there wants to do one themselves, it's a pretty simple process. So I'll get started. First thing I had to do here on this wall was put this little board across the bottom there. That's going to show that's a level line, and that's going to be the top of the little entertainment center I'm going to build there, so I don't have to put the wall all the way to the floor because you'd never see it. But definitely the first thing to do and most important thing to do is find the center of the wall. So I measured from both sides there and saw that to the center it's going to be 63 inches, and that's why I put my my center line there all the way to the top of the ceiling. And that center line is going to be super important because that's how the herringbone wall is going to be lined up, so you're not going to go all crooked. And next thing is to cut out the pieces for the wall. And I went along here and did my measurements there. So it's 11 by 11 foot wall. That's about 121 square feet. So I needed to go out and cut up 4 sheets of MDF to get this wall started. Alright, so I have my 4 sheets of the MDF here, and this is kind of a piece from the last project that I did, and this is what it'll be looking like. So it's a 5.5 inch strip by 49 inches, and it's a 1/2 inch MDF. Then I went ahead and rounded the edges down, and on the sheet here I marked these out. So I'll cut this in the center here right at 45 and 51 inches, so that way I don't have to put this whole sheet through the table saw. But yeah, just go ahead and get all the little pieces cut out. Alright, well, so we got those little strips cut out there. That didn't take too long. I think that's the easy part. Next part on here is to round the edges over on those strips that is cut out. So right here, I use just a handheld router and a round over bit here. This is a new one I got. It's the Diablo one, and they stay sharp for a really long time. So I'm gonna go out and do the tedious process of rounding over all the edges.
One eternity later.
So the stack here of wood is all done. I put the 1/4 inch round over on these pieces here, and the reason I did these 5.5 inches wide is on these 4x8 sheets. If you do a 6 inch piece, then it's going to be too wide and you have a lot of waste on your material. But if you do a 5.5 inch piece, then you only come out with about 2 inch strip of waste. So it makes good use of your MDF. Especially now since these sheets of wood are getting so expensive. Alright, put the first piece up here on the wall, and these first 2 pieces are kind of like the foundation of the wall. And if you mess up the first 2 pieces, then by the time you get to the end, then your wall's going to be all crooked and big gaps in there. So these first 2 pieces are definitely the most important part to do. So So I have my mark down the center of the wall, and on the top there, since I have a 5.5 inch piece, I put my mark there right in the middle at 2 3/4, and then the same down there. And when I get them on the wall, I just line up that center mark there, and then line up the center mark down there. And then also I go ahead and I put my square and my level on there, and just make sure 100% that it's level in both directions, and it's going to be a nice straight line going up the wall, because these first two pieces are definitely the most important ones. And then on my second piece here, do the same thing, put a line there, and I'll get that line lined up with this top mark, and again put the square on it and the level, just to make sure everything's going straight. And once these two pieces are perfectly level, then the rest of it goes up really fast and really easy. And I'll show you what I mean by putting the level on there, because it's at a 45-degree angle, so obviously that's not level. But I only have one hand, so I'll show you what I mean by putting the level on it. So this leveling process is probably the definitely most important step to take. But just get the square on there and put up to 45, and get the level on there. And I'll move it around until it's level, but making sure that that top mark is still lined up with the center of the wall. And just move it back and forth, up and down, and just get that perfectly level there. And you can also go and change to the this on there, pour on the side there, and make sure that it's nice and level. And that's definitely the most important step, is to get this first piece absolutely perfect, or the rest of the wall is going to come out crooked and lots of gaps, and it's just going to be a mess at the end. Alright, next step is getting the second piece up there. You don't want to go ahead and put your pieces, just stack them up there, because you're going to get a little bit of overhang there, and it's not going to come out very well. So, easiest thing to do, get your second piece up there, and get those corners nice and lined up. And I'll again put the level on there. And just make sure it's super level there. Got the gap, little gap there, it's nice and flush. And I'm going to set and move just a little tiny bit. And it's going to be well fit. So level there, just good there. Couple nails, and if you took your time, make sure these are level, everything's square, then the rest of the wall is going to be super easy and fast, and it's going to come out really nice in the end. So got the first two pieces on, now I'll go ahead and I can get the rest of them up there. It's going to be really nice and a quick process. So got up there, got to the very top, and got my angle cut out just right for the ceiling there. And to make it easier, so I don't have to make a whole bunch of measurements, I just build the herringbone pattern on the floor, and then just use my same angle there and just make them work all the way across the boards there, so I can bring up 4 pieces at a time and get myself all the way up to the ceiling on that top side, and then finish it up on that side there. So then all I have left to do is the 2 outsides. Yeah, building the wall and the floor, and then just making a line across the top there makes it much easier than trying to measure each piece by itself. So got those few pieces cut out for the right side here, and put them up there. But then once you get down to the corner here, I always use a little scrap piece there. Just put it on the edge there, because I can't line it up from the top, so I get it lined up on the bottom with this little scrap piece and make sure that's going to fit, and then go on to the next one. And next one, I'll put my top piece on, and then get the bottoms lined up, and then I can nail that on. And then by the time I get to these pieces, then there won't be any overhang when these are coming out. So that's definitely a good tip there to get the spacing right, because if there's a little bit of overhang, then you're going to have a big gap between the pieces there. Alright, behind us we got the accent wall finally done. It only took about a day and a half to do, but some of the things I went ahead and did was all the little nail holes, got those filled in. And if you're doing a light paint, then definitely want to go ahead and put a little bit of caulking in the edges here. Not very much, just to fill the seams in. If you put a light paint on, then those little seams are going to show through. But if you have a dark paint like a black, then you can leave those seams open and you can skip that step. And also went ahead and put the little trim on the bottom and on the top there and on the sides here. I didn't need any trim there. Just a little bit of caulking on the edges there, and that sealed up real nice. Sometimes there's some big gaps there, but not in this wall because the guy that built it made a perfectly laser straight wall, so that's nice. And then I went ahead and built this little entertainment center cabinet here, just to finish off the bottom. And this one's all done here. And next step is for this one is going to be painting. I always like to spray my walls with a paint sprayer, and that's what I'll do for this one. But if you're doing this by yourself, definitely recommend getting some of this stuff here, this split here. And what that's going to do is you put that in your paint there, and if you roll it on or paint it on your walls, then all the roller marks and the brush marks are going to even out. It's going to be nice and glassy smooth. It's going to be super nice. And I also put that in my paint sprayer just to make that wall even smoother. But that'll be for the next video because I'm not ready to paint yet. And what else am I talking about here? I don't know. I think that's going to be it for today and for this video. And I hope this is something helpful for anyone that wants to make an accent wall by themselves. And yeah, thanks for watching this one, and we will see you everyone for the next one. Thanks.